you can just easily depict situations and change them and have them be so symbolic. Oh my gosh. I literally did not feel good. Then I confronted her the end of that week. I was saying how sorry I was for writing the song. I didn't mean to do any harm by it. I didn't mean to upset her.
And then started to ignore you.
Yeah. When she got on the bus, I just tapped on her shoulder. And she didn't respond at first. And I tapped on her shoulder again. She's like, what? And I was like, I just want to have a decent conversation.
I don't want to talk to you anyways.
I just said, I just want a decent conversation with you. That's all I wanted. Just to talk to my best friend.
Tony. I don't want to have a conversation with you. But that's all in the past, so yeah.
Well, there's still much more to the story, Tim. This is just the start. This is the start of something. Something good.
No.
Yeah, it was the start of something bad.
Help you.
But, yeah, so after, you know, as I confronted her, that's when I really, really started to go downhill, because when I talked to her, oh my gosh, I don't know if you ever, like, felt bad for anyone or anything, but, like, it felt like, looking at her, talking to her, and only getting head nods instead of full-fledged responses from her. It's just like, it wasn't pissing me off. It wasn't pissing me off. I was getting really upset, like I really hurt her. I never felt like not myself in my entire life. I never, you know, I was never the person that was like, you're inconsiderate, you just think about yourself and not think about others. No one ever said that about me. And for some reason, even though no one said that, that's all I could think of, is that I'm inconsiderate. I don't think about others. When I write, do I realize what I'm writing?
Alright, we're starting to eat the sun here. Can we back it up a little bit? We're eating Jimmy's outline.
But, egg. Okay.
Egg. Cupcake.
Oh, fuck. I'm sick. Damn it!
What?
I ate raw chicken.
Genghis?
I'm still sick for 20 more seconds. Damn it.
Got that salmonella.
Yeah, but, yeah, like, after that, I got off the bus, and, oh my gosh. Have you played Far Cry 3?
You know it, baby.
You know that part where, right before you quote and unquote kill Voss?
Yeah, what about it? What about
You know how it was, like, all, like, reflective on the past events that happened throughout the game?
Yeah.
It felt like that walking down that alley. Like, all that was going through my mind was everything that happened in May. That person, I almost said their name, that was close.
We would have to censor it.
Yeah, I would have to go through 2 hours and 6 minutes of this bullcrap and be like, there it is, mute. But like, oh gosh, what? Like I was remembering how much I caused pain to that person, and I was remembering how much pain I was causing this person, and it was different. Like how I caused pain to the other person, Mr. Pig. What the fuck are you doing, dude? It was different how I caused pain to that person, to this person, because that person I wasn't as connected to as I was to this person. This certain someone held a special place in my heart, unlike this creeper.
We're like starting to go preacher status. Black preacher status. I have to be like, whoa, brother, calm down. In the name of God,
Ah!
let this brother sing.
What?
That's what black preacher sound like.
I just checked the time while I was battling a zombie. Did not get hit. Like, I hit the guide button. I'm like, what time is it? Okay, 9:24. Back to fighting. Oh, gosh. But,
what are your political views on the hot dog to bun ratio?
It's just unequal. I don't know what's there more of. I would say there's more hot dogs than buns, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have more buns, I mean, you can just eat the buns, but hot dogs, it's just kind of nasty eating by itself.
Gay.
Yeah.
You're around people.
Yeah.
If you're around people and you're eating a hot dog or banana, you gay. But if you're eating alone, perfectly fine.
But,
in the comments section.
in the comments section, what do you think about the hot dog to bun ratio?
No, what's your favorite anime? Favorite anime?
Tim, are you purposely trying to change the subject here, or what are we doing here?
I don't know. This stuff comes to mind and I want to say it.
I don't even know. Does Equestria girls count? No? Okay.
Moving on. I'd say we end the recording here and...
I'm not done yet.
Hey, I am.
Let me finish my story.
What's gonna take you 5 years to finish it? Just keep talking about creepers.
No, well, if you keep interrupting me, it would take forever.
In the comment section. I'm just kidding.
Anyways. Well, I was, after my flashbacks, I really felt like I was this horrible person. I mean, I don't know if you know how it feels like to go up to a mirror and it feels like you're standing in front of someone else.
That's fucking deep. Going way too deep.
Like, that's the only way I can describe it. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I was looking at someone else. I was just outer shell of what I used to be.
I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. I'm sorry. Oh, baby, that's a copyright.
But, yeah, so, obviously, with me feeling like my writing, my songs were hurting other people, and the songs were really something I stopped myself from, hurting myself. You kinda can put together the pieces. I mean, once the shield is down, you're just getting hurt. And, there's just no protection there. and I mean, from the way I was hurting myself, it was kind of, I guess, symbolic, I guess. But, what I was doing, and, apparently it's a popular question if you actually do hurt yourself. What,
How did you hurt yourself?
Yeah.
Well, you see here.
There's the Ender.
Let me tell you what.
Let me tell you what, mate. So what happened was, Ender Pearl.
You please fucking talk.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I can go on YouTube. And settle
Well,
down for the night.
Anyways, after what happened, like after that whole incident with that song, what I was doing, I was, taking the pencil, and I was trying to jab it through my hand, just completely through it, so I wouldn't be able to write anymore.
I didn't
Just,
even know that.
yeah. That's why I was taking the pencil to my hand. That was why I was doing it, and the only way people found out is cause let's call them, oh man, what's two figures that would save someone? Well, let's call them Cindy and Mindy. There. So Cindy and Mindy, they were
Weren't you average Joes?
they were both in RTC, but this was still when I was sitting with this certain someone, and yeah, this certain someone, I don't know if they're completely blind or oblivious or just stupid and didn't care, but I don't know. But do you know that one part in Modern Warfare 2 where you were mashing the X button to pull the knife out of your chest?
Oh, yeah.
Or that part in Modern Warfare 3 where you had to choke Makarov?
Yeah.
Or where you had to choke Krinchenko?
That's in Black Ops.
Yeah, and that's in Black Ops 1. But,
2. That's in 2.
oh, Krinchenko was shot in the head by Woods in 2. Who was the other one?
Zinchenko?
Yeah.
Kravchenko.
I don't forget.
Rev?
You freaking choked someone at the end of Black Ops 1.
Yeah, that's Krav Ching Ching. Ching
Oh.
Ching. Go.
But
What's the ending to Black Ops 1?
you're in a ship, you find out where the numbers are coming from, and you go destroy the number station.
Anyways, sorry, keeping you off task.
But yeah, after they were actually looking at me, I don't know why, but I felt like it was one of those moments because I just kept pushing against my hand harder and harder and harder. I felt it like going through or something. Like I just felt it. I was almost there, and I'm going to describe this person to Tim. We used to call her Pizza Face because of all her acne, and this one I don't know if you know this person, but she hangs out with this Pizza Face person that we used to call Pizza Face. But yeah, little Pizza Face girl that doesn't look like pizza anymore said, Tony.
And now she looks like she lathers oil all over her freaking face.
I just still think she looks sexy. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. Just Latina girls, just, oh my gosh, I can't get enough.
Latinas anyways.
But, so, like, she was like, Tony, put the pencil down, whatever's wrong, it's not worth it. And it was kind of weird. It was really, really weird. Because they were like, what's wrong, Tony? Tony, tell us. And I'm like, I can't. I would, but I can't. Because that special someone was literally sitting right next to me. She was literally sitting right next to me. And I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it's because of this person name here. I couldn't just say it. It was out of my vocabulary at that moment. I just could not say it. And they were like, alright, is it someone here? And I said, yeah. And can you describe it through a TV show? Which I think is kind of weird, because there's, you know, I'm going to give you guys a hint. There's this show called Aladdin. And I'm just going to put it there if you can connect the dots between that. If you can't, I'm not explaining it any further. But, I left my crafting table somewhere. But, what happened, like, I told him, like, Aladdin. Oh, my crafting table, wait, I had one already? Oops. Oh.
Yeah, Tony.
But, I told him, and, hi, Creeper, that's not aggroed on me yet. But I told him Aladdin, and they were like, oh, and they were like, what's wrong? And just like, they won't talk to me. Something has come up between us, and they just won't talk to me. It's just, I mean, I really care for them really much, and I don't know what to do. I mean, it's been going on for weeks. Just sitting right next to them. They would still sit next to me on the bus. And not me sitting next to them. They would sit next to me. That was the thing. That was just like what made it even worse. It just agitated me. Just sitting next to something you really care for and not having it interact with you, not being able to do anything with it. I mean, surely if there was an Xbox One sitting right next to me and I wasn't allowed to play it, oh my gosh, that would put my dick in a knot. That's the only way I can describe my frustration.
There's one way to put it. Put my dick in a knot. A dick in a knot.
I mean, the Jimmies would be Cthulhu wrestled, and they were at that time. I mean, no one really understood the pain I was going through because I never said anything. My case manager, I told her I wasn't, you know, thinking suicide or anything, but really I was. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how I was going to be able to cope without her. I really didn't. I felt lost. I didn't know who I was. I felt like a monster. I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk sometimes, and I dreaded third period because I sat near him. It's just arm span length away. I just couldn't take it. I one time I tried to say hi to them one time, and I almost decked her in the face. I almost did, because she just turned around and started talking to the John Proctor guy, and oh my gosh, I just, oh my gosh, you don't even understand. I really had to get out of there. I went to the psychologist, because I really felt like I was going to harm her. I really did. Either I was going to just go off at myself, just because I did all this to myself, or just go after her. And surely if I went after her, nothing good would come out of that. I would be the bad guy no matter what if I would have done that. But like, and one day,
take a breather.
one day, I was getting really bad. There was this popular pill, little history lesson here. 1991, there's this pill called Prozac. It was an antidepressant and anxiety medicine when it reaches its higher doses. And why it was so popular is because it worked, but its side effects gave it its headlines. And I learned this today. Prozac was a leading cause, supposedly, in many crimes back in 1990 and 1991. Because the doctors didn't know how it worked yet. It was a new drug, and it was prescribed and everything, but it was still new, so no one really knew about it. And people were saying how the Prozac made them kill this person, or how they made them commit suicide. And
well, they can't really say anything if they committed suicide.
Right. Just like their families were saying that. And everything was getting blamed on Prozac. And yeah, it was the Prozac that helped those thoughts. But like, if you truly could control your actions, you can stop. Like, you can. I know firsthand. You can. You just need to stop. It may be hard, but there's a zombie spawning nearby. But yeah, so that's probably one of the reasons why it felt like, oh my gosh, I'm going to freaking deck this girl in the face. I don't think it was because of the Prozac, because I wasn't at a high dose of the Prozac. What happened was, I was about to abuse the Prozac itself. And, I actually had a plan, for my, you know, I was gonna, overdose on the Prozac. Freaking creeper. I was gonna overdose on the Prozac in front of her. Like, I would just gather up, cause, Hideki, he left his pill bottle here. And I could've just, like, gathered the pills weekend by weekend. Or just, like, one night, just take all the pills.
And he was looking for my pill that would have been like, I don't know.
Right. And, like, I could have just taken all the Prozac and just said, like, I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm gonna have to go back and censor that. Oh my gosh. It would probably be like a week and a half down the road anyways. I'm sorry that I hurt you. And then down the hatch. Stick a cupcake in my eye. Hope to Celestia that I fly. And yeah, it would just be a ticking time clock. Because apparently it would take a while, and it is survivable apparently, and I don't have a sword. It is survivable. But at that time I didn't think so. I don't know why. I didn't think it was survivable at all. I thought, like, once I did that, it's over. I really did. And I'm glad that that morning, because I did take an extra pill, just one. I guess you can say to hurt myself and to help myself, because I knew I had to get better somehow. And yeah, so at that point, I told this other person, not Pizza Face, but her friend, like, hey, I'm doing stuff, I'm really scared that I'm gonna, you know, something bad's gonna go on, and I really need you to talk to this person before it gets to that point. And she's like, okay. I shit you not. I went to psychologist saying like I'm not feeling myself. I don't know how I can walk about like this, feeling like this. I don't know how to do this, and I really want to have this like meeting between me and this person so I can get this done and finished with. I mean, if I had any type of closure, maybe I could probably move on, and that was the goal, to find some closure, because I was in the zone of the unknown, where I was just stuck. I didn't know what's gonna happen. Like a freaking never-ending movie.
Tony, you should teleport to me.
Well, I just found gold and lapis. Hold up. And I'm in the mine shaft.
I almost finished my basement. It's almost done. Well, I finished my basement.
But I'm in a mine shaft.
Bro, you can go back to it, bruh.
Bruh.
About to end the recording session anyways in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. But, hold up. Like, what happened, like, that day, the psychologist then tells me to go to the counselor, have this meeting arranged, because obviously you need it. And I put a appointment slip for the counselor, and that lunch, I did this third period, and lunch period comes around, and, oh god dang, I said her name too. Really, I'm about to let myself go on a tangent here. Like, I'm about to get
Do
there.
it. Do it.
Well,
We'll censor it all out.
Well, I'm gonna have to remember this. Alright. So, when I told she was the other girl that wasn't, she was,
Senior?
she's a junior. But, like, what happened was, she walked up to me kind of awkwardly, like, stood near me. Like, really awkwardly, like, damn, what are you doing, dude?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? I just heard, like, rustling of pots and pans. Yeah. Oh. But, what, she was, like, you know how those airport people saying, hi, Tony, or, like, hi, your name with giant letters, with a giant sign that they're, like, a business person?
Yeah.
After you get off a flight. Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like, she was signaling the counselor, like, this is Tony. Like, cause it was really strange, cause she stood right next to me. Like, uncomfortably close next to me. You there, Tim? Tim?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Hi. It just sounded like you just walked away from the mic.
No.
But she stood uncomfortably close next to me. And Miss Neal had this concerned face. The most concerned face I've ever seen in anybody's face. I've ever seen in the face is a face. But she said, like, hey, Tony, I got your appointment slip. Can you come talk to me? And I'm like, sure. And I just remember taking my stuff and with my slice of pizza, and I'm just like, it's going down. I'm yelling timber, because this is it. I'm going balls deep into the situation. I'm getting this arranged. I'm about to get this over. The end is right there. I can taste it. I can finally find some type of closure on the situation. So, I was talking about this whole thing. I was talking about all the work that me and my therapist and case manager have done. I talked about how much it's changing me as a person, how much it's controlling my life, how much I feel like she's doing things just to annoy me, and how she's doing all these actions just to hurt me. And, like, I kept saying, like, but she's a good person after something negative was said about her. Like, for example, like, one time she was talking about me to this other guy, and they were saying like how I brought up a past problem, but I feel like she brought up a past problem, even though she's a good person, like stuff like that. And how she said like I'm not your only friend. Like, I don't know what she meant by that. Like, I'm not your friend anymore, you have others. Or, Tony, I'm your friend, but you have others. Like, how are you supposed to interpret that? How could anyone interpret that with one answer? Why do you have to be so cryptic?
You gotta be so rude.
Exactly. I just want a straightforward answer. I just want to be this chick's friend. That's really all I wanted. A female friend, because honestly, after that beef that happened back in September, that you know, that really upset me. And honestly, quite a while there, I didn't want to be friends with dudes, period. Like, I was like, I need to be around females for now on, because they seem to be nice to me. And that's mainly why I never did sit with you guys again. Because I felt like, you know, if I just go back, it's gonna happen again. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, that's how I really felt about that situation. I just didn't want to go through it again. And I'm hoping you're understanding with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that entire thing, that made me not want to be friends with you. Well, you, Brad, Lawrence, or like with guys, period. Because I feel like when they're not talking about, you know, when they're not like messing around with each other, all we talk about is video games. And like, that's the only thing we talk about. And I mean, as much I love sitting down, playing my Xbox and stuff, dude, there's more to life than video games.
Yeah.
And, so, yeah, that was another reason why I didn't want to be friends with dudes again. Yeah, it was just overall, that moment, like, made me realize, maybe this is why girls don't be friends with guys much. What dicks. We really are.
Not always.
But, yeah. But, anyways. So, after I told Miss Neal that, like, okay, I have all this ready, she asked me a question. Are you hurting yourself? And I said, yeah. Are you thinking of suicide? And I said, yeah. She said, on a scale to 1 to 10, how often you think about this? And I said a 9 or a 10. And she's like, wow, so you think about this almost all the time? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm losing my best and only friend. I feel like I'm going into school with no one here. Like, I don't feel welcome here. But I don't want to move to a different school, because I don't want to restart.
No.
At least I can salvage stuff here. I don't want to completely restart. I mean, that's like starting on an island survival with a sapling instead of a tree already being there.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You have to wait. And me being a new kid, either I would be bullied a lot or be like, oh, sweet, a new kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go through that either. So, it was in a tough situation. So what she did, she called my mom. She told, after my mom got here, she said take him to Children's there, take care of him, blah blah blah, and after that, I had to go in game programming. That's why I was like so, like, ugh, like literally, I was right there, Tim. I was about to have this meeting with this woman, about to get this problem solved. And then I'm getting sent to the freaking hospital. The emergency room, in fact.
Damn.
Talk about a cock block. Oh my gosh. But, yeah. I went to the hospital, did all the usual stuff. That would take another hour to explain. And, yeah, I got the help that I needed. I met a very nice woman. Her name's Crystalline. She's a bit young. But
How old are we talking here?
we're talking about the 14, 15 range.
Howdy.
What?
Again?
What do you mean again? This isn't Sarah we're talking about here. She looks like 16, dude. She's like a scene chick, or one of those emo chicks. She looks like Lauren Rogers, but smaller and cuter.
Lauren Rogers.
You don't know the one with the train wreck boyfriend.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, I met her, and oh my gosh. She cried when I left. This woman had the freaking hots for me, dude. And basically that made me open my eyes. That made me realize there are more people than just Yasmin in my world. There's Tim. There's Brad.
Hello.
There's Crystalline. There's my mom. There's Molly and Brandy, my case manager and therapist. There's my teachers. There's people all around me. And I'm not the only one having these problems. The facility was filled with many people being abused or going through eating disorders or just surviving overdoses themselves. There are people just like me there. And I honestly can say I never felt more welcomed, more comfortable than where I was at that place. I was able to find myself again.
I think that about does it for today's recording, right?
Yeah. So, next time, you guys, depending if, Cupcake and Pinkie Pie is gonna be here, we may or may not continue this story. I may get into, what really happened at the facility, how me and, other patients bonded, and what happened at the facility itself, and, mostly just my treatment, not their treatments, because that's their stuff and not mine. But yeah, I'm pretty open with what happened. If someone random would have asked now, I would said, yeah, I was away on sick leave, but it's not a normal sick leave. Then I would go into details depending on how much time I would have with them. Yeah, I'm pretty open to questions about this. I'm gonna have to go through and censor a bunch of names at the end. My scrotum is gonna be like, rustled. But yeah, think I just fell like 500 feet. Think that's about it. When we come back, hopefully Pinkie Pie and Cupcake will join us. And I'm pretty sure that's about it. Do you think there's anything else?
No?
Tim? No? I don't think so either. Better get up here before that skeleton wrecks my anus. Okay, good. Alright. So, find myself a decent spot here. Dig myself into a wall or something. And, I see you, Marines and Spawns, in the next mission. Marineman out.